Hi, welcome along to a brand new episode of the Recurring Revenue Rock Show. I'm your host, Laura Jeffrey. It's awesome to have you here today. So for today's episode, I want to have a chat about how you can add a six-figure income stream to your coaching business on 20 hours of work a week or less in total. So I'm talking about Programship creation, delivery to your clients, and promotion as well, all in the space of 20 hours a week or less. So for my journey last year, I spent a full year developing this Programship model, implementing it in my own business, seeing what worked, seeing what didn't work. I spent thousands of pounds testing on how to get people into my live event. It was really, really exciting year in terms of kind of progress, but also in terms of kind of analysis and seeing what worked and what didn't work. And throughout the course of that year of creating this new model in my business, the Programship model, I kept a really detailed kind of tally, a log of what worked and what didn't work, how much time I spent doing things, which of my promotions sold better than others, how I was delivering to my clients inside the Programship, as well as their progress through the Programship. So for this episode, I really want to have a chat about how I managed to do all of that on 20 hours of work a week or less. So to start off the year back in 2021, I was actually working, around about 20 hours a week, but it was spread throughout the week, Monday to Friday. I even did a little bit of weekends sometimes, but it was never more than 20 hours a week. It was often a lot less than that. I also kept a tally of how much time I was actually delivering out the content to my clients inside the Programship. And that worked out on average around about 3 hours a week. So I just wanted to kind of share with you how that splits down, because it sounds like amazing, doesn't it? Being able to deliver a whole Programship so I had around about 100 people last year sign up with me as clients, and to be able to work with that number of clients without one-to-one calls, without discovery calls, like I made all of those sales with absolutely zero sales calls. And that to me is a dream come true, because I don't like sales calls. So for me to be able to just sell, doing the promotional work that I was doing using attraction marketing, which is so much fun and so much easier than getting on the phone loads of times, it just meant that my working week was condensed massively. So by the end of 2021, I had actually reached my target of working 4 days a week and taking the majority of Fridays off. So there are always going to be some days where you work more hours, some days you work less hours. If you're in a promo period, you're going to work more hours, you just are. But then the week after, you might take the week off. So what we're looking at here is, it depends on what kind of person you are as well. Because for me, I really like routine. I'm a typical Virgo. I love kind of like the routine of saying to myself, I'm going to work Monday to Thursday. After I've done my client call in the Programship on a Thursday afternoon, that's it, I'm done. Friday, it's like, woo, it's my free time. Yeah, I can do whatever I want, which is great. It's really motivating to me during the week, knowing that if I get my work done, Friday's off, it's my play day, right? It's a really, really nice feeling. So just to dig in a little deeper on how this actually worked out, this 20 hours a week that I was kind of managing to do all of this on. So I want to be very clear and upfront about the fact that when you are first building out your Programship, that is where a lot of the hours are going to go into, is actually developing a quality, ethical Programship, which you can deliver out, which will actually get results for people. So you want to be getting people in who are a really good fit for your Programship, which again helps with making it a premium offering, because you are kind of pulling in your target a lot tighter. So something that I realized very quickly, very early on, is that if you cast your net too broad, you're going to get some people in who aren't necessarily a great fit. So I think kind of getting quite kind of specific quite early on in terms of who you're the best fit to work with, that's a really good idea. So say for me now, I'm very upfront about the fact that I work best with people who've been in business for a little while. You know what you're doing. You've already got clients coming in. You've got testimonials. You love what you do. You guys are the ones who I work best with. There are other people who are at the very start of their business who you don't know what your niche is. You don't know, what you're doing yet. You haven't got any testimonials. You haven't really got any kind of one-to-one experience to build on. You guys are best off kind of going to someone like Rebecca Tracy at Uncage Your Business. Like, figure out what your niche is, figure out what you're best at. Get that work done first. Get your clients under your belt. Start making some money, and then if you want to kind of create a Programship in your business, that's really going to be a really good time for you to do that. So for me, like managing to do all of this on 20 hours or less a week, a lot of it in that first year is going to be about developing and, you know, creating the content for it, filming it, getting it kind of set up in a portal so that your clients in the Programship can access it. Doing that legwork is really, really important, because it just means that in the future years, or even the future months, because you can get this done probably quite quickly in the first few, even month or so of running your Programship, but you do need to do that legwork of kind of setting up the Programship. So with Programships, what I recommend is that you do whatever you can do in an automated way, set up in a portal for your clients in the Programship to access and go through at their own time, but then you are there for them on a day-to-day basis in a private community where you can support your clients as they go through their transformation. You have got their back. You want them to feel like, you know, they've invested in a premium offer from you, and you want them to feel totally looked after and supported as they go through that transformation, right? So with my Programship, the way I have run it, and the way that I recommend that you guys run it too, is that you set it up in a way that, you know, you are popping into that group, say Monday to Friday, to answer people's queries. So for me, with around about 100 people, I think it was around about 100 people in the Programship at any one point last year. What I found was that if I was popping in on a consistent basis, so say Monday to Friday or Monday to Thursday, like you've got to make it clear to your clients what you're going to do, so they can respect your boundaries, which I'll talk about more in another episode. If they get used to that fact that you're going to be in there consistently, regularly, that they're always going to get their questions answered within 24 hours, Monday to Friday, for example, and that you don't go into the group on a weekend because that is your time. And again, if you're going on holiday, as long as you let people know in advance what they can expect from you, this is the most important thing. But on a regular week-to-week basis, you're in that group Monday to Friday answering people's questions so that they get an answer within 24 hours or so. It means that they can carry on making progress. They feel supported. They're going to feel happier within the program. They're more likely to complete the program. So for me, one of the stats that I was really proud of in my first year of running my Programship is that 59%, so considering that the industry average for program completion, for online course completion, is around about 5%. It's like that's not cool. That's not good. So for me, I realized, like I did my kind of analysis on my figures, had a look at how my students were, kind of my clients were moving through the Programship. I found that on average, 59% of my clients were completing the entire curriculum within 3 months of joining. Like that is epic. That's so like, I want to build on that. I want it to get it even better. But in the first year of running my Programship, compared to an industry average of about 5%, which is just, it's not ethical. That doesn't feel good to me to be selling to people if they're only going to be getting like a 5% completion rate on the curriculum compared to 59% within 3 months of joining. That is really, really cool. And that's what I love about this Programships model so much, is that you're really supporting people and you're there for them. You know, Monday to Friday, you're helping them get over their hurdles. You're helping them to progress on their transformation journey instead of getting held up and giving up. And because they're investing more, because it is a premium offering, a Programship should be priced at least $1,000 and upwards. My own Programship now, the Programship Method Intensive, is £5,000. So for because they're investing a higher amount, they are going to be more invested. They're going to be like Rocking Up. They want to get their problem solved, right? So 59% completion rate within 3 months of joining. That was a really, really cool statistic to find out about. But I was rocking up every day. So this was a part of my routine that I would pop into that group. And what I found was over the course of a year, because I kept a track of this, I would spend an average of half an hour a day, say Monday for 4 days of the week. And then on one day of the week, I think it's usually a Thursday, that's what I was doing last year and this year in my own Programships, is that on one day of the week, you would run a live stream Q&A call into the group. So this would be where people can rock up, come along and listen to you in like doing a Facebook Live, for example, and just answering questions. I really love doing those. And I do it as a behind the scenes as well in my Programship. So I talk to people about what I'm trying, what's new, what I'm experimenting with. And it's just like a really fun session. And then every other week, I would do a live group coaching call on Zoom. So we can actually see each other's faces and talk to each other. And I could coach people through their problems and their challenges in real time and get them making progress. So what I found was that this averaged out around about half an hour or less a day answering people's questions inside the Facebook group. And this isn't like a quick one sentence answer. This is like proper thought out answers, which I properly give people a proper full end-to-end explanation of what they needed to do to move forward with their program. It depends obviously what kind of niche you're in, what kind of people you've got in your group. But for me, across that kind of cross section of clients that I got inside my Programship last year, around about 100 clients, it worked out for me around about half an hour work a day for 4 days of the week. And then on 1 day a week, I'd spend an hour on average across the group coaching calls and the Q&A calls. So the Q&A call might only last half an hour. The coaching call on Zoom might last an hour and a half, but it averaged out around about an hour on the live stream time or the group coaching time, and half an hour a day on going back to people with their questions. Works out at an average of around about 3 hours a week, which was just incredible when you compare that to kind of the amount of time that you spend looking after people on one-to-one calls and doing discovery calls. Like being able to deliver your whole curriculum on around about 3 hours a week and your whole support and group coaching for all these people, it was really a wonderful thing to experience. So I'd really love for you to have a think about what that's going to look like in your business if you decide to scale in this way, and how you can make that work. So as well as actually delivering your content to your clients inside your Programship, obviously you've got the creation to do, and that is going to be front heavy in your Programship. So the first, month or few months or whatever of your Programship, you are going to be creating that content. And each year, or less time or more time, depending on what niche you're in and how much you want to update things, you are going to want to update those videos from time to time to keep them updated and fresh, based on what your knowledge is and what you're learning. But that's an as and when thing. But so you've got that development time, and then also you've got promotion time. So for me, I found that working in live selling situations worked really, really well for me. So I actually I'm not going to say I wasted a lot of time, but I did spend a lot of time setting up funnels which just didn't convert the same as selling live. So for this year, I'm putting a lot more effort into selling live. Absolutely having an evergreen funnel for bringing in leads all year round, hell yes. But live selling is where it's at for me. That's what I teach my clients on, is live selling, attraction marketing. That is where it's at, because you get so much more bang for your buck. You get so much more conversion, like higher conversion rates. People stay for longer during your live selling events, whatever it is you're doing. So that's what I teach my clients, because that's what I've had the most success with, and that's what I feel really happy teaching. So you've got to think of those three things going on. So you've got the development of your actual Programship, creating the content for it, delivery time when you're actually answering Q&As and you're giving group coaching calls, and then thirdly, promotion time. So for me, last year, that worked out at around about 20 hours a week. This year, I'm thinking it's going to be a lot less, actually, because I'm a lot more streamlined now. I've learned my lessons from the first year. I've created the bulk of my own Programships, which are running. It's only a case of tweaking and updating the odd videos here and there. And I know that I'm not going to spend loads of time creating evergreen funnels and expecting really high levels of sales from them, when I know that in fact I just need an evergreen funnel running which brings in leads all year round, which is already up and running and done. And then I spend my time doing the live event selling, which means that I can condense down my working week even more. So I'll be really excited to share with you at the end of this year, at the end of 2022, what kind of hours a working week I'm spending now that I've got that stuff all kind of like running like a finely oiled machine. So can't wait to share more on that with you at the end of this year. But I really hope that's given you some food for thought around your Programship and how you'd be able to scale your coaching business and add an extra 6 figures in a year, working 20 hours a week or less. This is really exciting stuff. So I will see you back in here next week for a brand new episode of the Recurring Revenue Rock Show, and I can't wait to see you then.